he's a print reporter named Lee Sanderlin. I don't follow him. He doesn't follow us or the show. But this popped in my timeline. He was in Brandon, Mississippi at a Waffle House. A total loser, came in last place in my fantasy football league. And as punishment, he has to spend 24 hours in a Waffle House. But every waffle that he eats shaves an hour off the clock.
Right.
And
Sarah was locked into this last night, and we were watching Holy Moly, so I wasn't really into it, and then I kind of went back and I saw the whole thread, and I'm like, my God, this is tremendous.
And then he starts, reporting about the waffles that he eats and how. So it turns into like a mixture of Gonzo journalism, Hunter S. Thompson style, about somebody going into a slice of America and living a life and reporting on the experience, and then part supersize me, like a little Morgan Spurlock. Like, what happens if you eat McDonald's for a full month? What happens to your body? And so, because he talks about how the waffles are not sitting well with him. Like, literally. No. Right. I mean, he gets deep into everything about this process.
Yes.
And
a few came back up.
Did you see? I don't know if we have. I should have asked beforehand. There he is. They're not looking too good right there. Quick to the bushes outside. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know what he's saying. Like, where did it come out? Like out the top?
I think the top. Yeah.
Okay.
I think the top. Yeah.
Did you see? I don't know if we could pull it up, but there was a tweet of his fantasy team.
Oh, it was so
terrible.
Bad. So bad.
It explained why he was in last place.
Yeah, that's why he was at the Waffle House, man.
Because God bless Ben Nygaard, who's been with our show since Jump Street, helping book at least definitely the sports guest side of things. Thank you, Ben. He said it was the first time in his long career as a show booker, as a booker for various shows, first time in his long career that he called a Waffle House looking for somebody. We offered Lee to call in. I guess he said he's got to write a piece exclusively for his employer before he comes on this program. But congrats to you, sir. And draft better. That's the moral of the story. Draft better.
Way better.
What would your strategy be behind this? Because I was thinking about this morning.
Yeah, we were talking about
would you go for the gusto right away? Would you maybe hang out for an hour or two so you work up an appetite?
Well, I would fast going in.
Right.
I wouldn't eat for a long time going in.
He started at 4 PM, which I feel might have
the
been
whole thing is
mistake.
like I wouldn't have anything to eat until 4 PM. So the first, waffle would be like the greatest delicacy on planet Earth. It would be the greatest, But
would you go double
medium
stack,
rare filet that's
maybe
out there?
4 right away to try to, get it down to 20?
Absolutely.
And then just kind of maybe 1 hour until you're out of there?
I don't know, because I'm watching this guy go through it and I'm thinking to myself, this can't be that tough. It can't be that tough.
I don't know how you could only eat 4 waffles in an hour and a half. I mean, they are kind of big, though.
4 waffles in 90 minutes. And again, like I said, that this was kind of like hot. This was kind of like again, I'm this is paying a writer the ultimate compliment. Hunter S. Thompson created in many ways Gonzo journalism, where basically he would go and have an experience and then write about it. He would just write a book about it. Right? Or he'd write a Rolling Stone article about it.
Yeah, exactly.
He would have an experience and he would write about it. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is one of the greatest Gonzo journalism pieces of all time. Right. Then he covered a presidential election. I think it was the 72 presidential election that he covered. And then he just would talk about who he met and what his, and then what drugs he took. And it was, every single read that he made was incredible. This was kind of like that. Like if Twitter existed, Hunter S. Thompson would have the greatest Twitter account of all time. Like his real time. So I saw it was kind of like a Gonzo journalism piece meets the documentary Super Size Me. Like what happens when you eat crap food, all due respect to the Waffle House. But don't finish last in this league, man.
Nope.
Waffle House tweeting out, sounds like someone won his fantasy football league, not lost. Well done at Waffle House with the blue check mark.
Well done.
Well done.
Well done.
Very well done.
Did your guys' leagues do stuff like this for last place?
No, we don't. And it's funny. We don't do that. We don't do that in our league.
We just have like a toilet bowl. So like.
No, it's just your league just punishes everybody by having no time limits.
Right.
Seriously, honestly, you did walk into that one. Honestly, this guy ate more waffles in an hour and a half than sometimes picks are chosen in an hour and a half in your fantasy league.
Not far off.
Right?
Factual.
Not far off.
Like sometimes you can go an hour and a half in your fantasy league draft and there's only been 4 picks, and this guy consumed as many Waffle House waffles in that time period.
Not far off.
At any rate, Lee Sanderlin, whenever he's ready to appear on this show, we've invited him to come on to talk about his
Shout out to that
experience.
guy.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.